Let's see. Where are we? Don't mistake extra conviction for truth. We humans, by nature, are quite gullible. We want to believe in certain things, that we can get something for nothing, that we can easily retain or rejuvenate our health thanks to some new trick, perhaps even cheat death, that most people are essentially good and can be trusted. This propensity is what deceivers and manipulators thrive on. It would be immensely beneficial for the future of our species if we were all less gullible, but we cannot change human nature. Instead, the best we can do is to learn to recognize certain telltale signs of an attempt at deception and maintain our skepticism as we examine the evidence further. The most clear and common sign comes when people assume an extra animated front, when they smile a lot, seem more than friendly, and even are quite entertaining. It is hard for us to not be drawn in and lower ever so slightly our resistance to their influence. Similarly, if people are trying to cover something up, they tend to become extra vehement, righteous, or chatty. They are playing on the conviction bias. If I deny or say something with so much gusto, with an air of being a victim, it is hard to doubt me. We tend to take extra conviction for truth. Daily law, when people try to explain their ideas with so much exaggerated energy or defend themselves with an intense level of denial, that is precisely when you should raise your antenna. That's from the Law of Human Nature, number 3. See through people's masks. The law of role playing. I think there's a Shakespeare or something from that era, anyways, where he says, "Methinks the lady doth protest too much." That's kind of where that comes from, or what that points to. You're being a little too vocal about what you're protesting. That's funny. Other than that, it's doggy day. It's a little overcast. The car's warm. I guess let's go and see what happens. I guess that's a good page to think about when watching all this nonsense on TV. People are talking about politics or whatever's going on with all that drama. Oh, let's get some caffeinated beverage going. All right. As I hit the road, look at this bunch of trash. Crazy. I guess a bunch of people are moving out from the complex I live in. For some reason, they think someone's going to want to take their junk. I don't understand. The dumpsters are almost empty. A lot of that stuff could have just been thrown away in there. And most of it's all broken and like destroyed. I don't understand. I don't even understand, like, was that in your house like that? Or did you just bring it out to the sidewalk and destroy it there? Don't get it. Makes no sense to me. Let's see how this tastes. That tastes pretty good. It's like a cold brew coffee can today. 200 milligrams of caffeine. And I believe, I'm not mistaken, I know I got a couple different flavors. I think one was just straight coffee, and I think one was caramel, and I think one was maybe chocolate, like mocha. I think this might be the mocha one. I'm not 100% sure, but that's what my taste buds are telling me. Let's go. Hopefully it'll be a nice, smooth day. It's Mother's Day today, and like normally holidays, there's a lot of daycare sometimes on holidays. I would imagine today would be no different. It should be kind of packed. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully everybody behaves. So I really am trying to cut down on my caffeine consumption because I don't know if I'm damaging my insides with as much as I drink. I wouldn't think so. It's gotta be people worse than me. But I get a little bit worried here and there. So I know I cut it way back. And now I'm cutting back from the source that I get it from. So I'm trying to just stick with just 100% coffee. Like single ingredient caffeine source. Coffee beans. Or like mate leaves. Oof. So we'll see how that goes. What I should do is just cut it down. Just stop altogether. Would probably be the best thing to do. Let's see what life feels like all natural. We shall see. That's pretty much it. Still playing around with Claude. I got it to recreate one of my documents, just the look of it anyways, and the layout. But at least now I know what to tell it, just to keep like a theme going for everything I'm making. And I leaned 100% into the the Hermetic principles. My woman doesn't like what I called it. It doesn't matter. That's what it's going to be called. I'm going with it. And I'm taking it one Hermetic principle at a time. And the first one spit out a document 17 pages long. So there's 7 of them. So let's just say that's the average page length. What's the math on that? What's 7 times 17? It's like over 100 pages. Let's see. 7 times 20 would be would be what, 140? Wow, that's a lot. So it's just under that somewhere, like 120 something. I can't do math. It's too early. Not trying to be accurate. But I haven't even got to read like what it spit out for that one. Who knows? Maybe I'll compile all these into a book, sell it on Amazon. So people do, right? I know I have to make the title look a little bit more presentable. It looks a little plain. I don't know. That's just what I called it because that's what it's based on. That could always change. It's no big deal. Because she's like, my woman was like, that's very, very limited audience. I'm like, well, it's not for people like you. And she might be right. That could probably be a subtitle, to be honest. Canis Hermetica. I just like the Latin sound of it. That's why I threw that on there. We shall see. I'm not married to anything in terms of like the title, but the idea of the formula is, I think, pretty sound. This guy's like halfway on the shoulder of the freeway, and now he's in the lane. I mean, he could be on the phone. People don't pay attention when they drive as well as they should. He's got a bike strapped to the back of his car, but he's probably going mountain biking or trail running, whatever the heck. Trail riding, whatever they call it. But he's definitely all over the lane and onto the shoulder at times. Wow, the clouds are really low this morning. You can even see it outside the window right there. It is really gray out here. I'm gonna say this is the mocha one. If I got like a chocolatey coffee drink, this has to be it. Can't be the caramel. Huh. Do, do, do. Somebody lost a broom on the freeway. Looks like a city worker. Something that might have fallen off their truck. Alright. Almost there. I don't have too much to say this morning. Really, what's just on my mind a lot is generating this side gig, so I don't have to rely on having to work overtime all the time, or even this job I'm going to now. I like it, but I don't know. We shall see where all this goes. Comes my exit. It always looks like I'm looking up in these videos. I'm looking straight, But it looks like I'm looking up. If I tilt my head down, it looks like I'm looking straight now, but I'm having to like look up with my eyes. It's funny. I would imagine it's just the angle of the camera because it's lower than my head is. So it's kind of looking up at me. I just thought it looked funny because I happened to glance over and it looks like I'm looking. But I'm not. Whoever designed this radio, Pioneer, that's who it was. You think a clock would be prominent on the display screen? You can't even see. It's so small. It just gets lost in all the other crap that it displays. Doesn't matter. I don't look at it anyway. But it's like the people in the design room when they're coming up with it. You know, these things have to get greenlit so they can go into production. And nobody was like, "Hey, maybe we should have a clock that's a little bit more prominent for drivers." And you'd think there'd be a clock like on the display in this car, and there's not. Well, maybe the original radio, because this is like an aftermarket radio that they put in. So maybe the radio that came with the car had a clock, but that is gone. And again, I'm left to deal with other people's decisions. Story of my life. What a place to put that. It's like a little trading card, like collectible kind of business over here. This place is like way out of the way. That's funny, and they called it "It's Time." That guy says for the UFC. You know what? I'm heading in this time. I normally back into these, but head in and put my shades up for the day. Why not? Alright, I am here. And that is that. Alright, everybody have a great day. Everybody stay safe. Go to work.